So this time I want a solution to this equation here, which is equal to 0, right? And it says the solution exists between 2 and 3. So 2 point something, if I put 2 point something in here, it'll come out to be 0, okay? But this 2 point something will be horrible. It'll go on forever, okay? We only need to get it correct to one decimal place. So like I said in question 1, if it's between 2 and 3, okay, always start off in the middle. You have to do that, right? So 2.5 I'm going to put there, okay? So what I'll do, I get my calculator, and a little bit now of typing in the calculator here, and let's set this up nicely so they can use this sort of template to change it as we go forward on this question. So I use a bracket, right? Because 2x cubed. So put the 2 first, then do a bracket to represent the x, right? So put 2.5 into here, close the bracket, and then cube it. Minus then, well, 3x, so 3 times x, so 3 bracket x, 3 times 2.5, and then minus 17. So press equals, and I get that. And again, you know, press the SD button, 6.75, okay? Well, remember now, we're trying to solve it to equal to 0, so it's produced an answer which is actually too high, isn't it? Okay, it's too high on the number line. Okay, so that means that 2.5 is too high of a number, so we need to go lower. Okay, but when you go lower, remember, one step at a time. You need to put then 1/10 less, 2.4 there. Okay, so I'm going to go on my calculator, then change this to 2.4, and I get, well, press the SD button again, 3.448. Okay, so make sure you write all of those numbers down there. So 3.448, again, that's too high, isn't it? Because it's above 0. Okay, so 2.4 produces an answer which is too high. 2.4 then is too high. So let's try 2.3 then. Okay, let's take it down one notch again, 1/10 again. Okay, so again, just use that back button, change it to 2.3, and I get 0.434. Now we're getting close, aren't we? We are getting close, 0.434. Getting close to 0, but again, you know, it's not exactly 0, isn't it? It's above 0, so again, we're going to say too high, just slightly too high. So 2.3 is too high. We need to then try 2.2. Okay, we need to go down 1/10 again. So if I try 2.2, let's go back. This equals, now when I do 2.2, I get minus number. Okay, minus 2.304. So now, of course, I've got an answer which is negative. Okay, wanted 0, so it's obviously too low now, isn't it, on the number line? Too low. So 2.2 is too low. So if you think about it, 2.2 is too low of an input to give me 0. 2.3 is too high of an input to give me 0. So somewhere between 2.2 and 2.3, isn't it? Okay, and I just like before in the previous question, again, I sort of illustrate this on a number line. Okay, so if I've got 2.2 here and 2.3 at the other end, well, 2.3 was too high, 2.2 is too low. Okay, you need to check in the middle of those two. Okay, so between 2.2 and 2.3 is 2.25. Okay, so let's check that 2.25. So again, back on my calculator, and I get, there you go, there's my fraction, my SD button, I get there, minus 0.96875. Okay, so you know, it's close to 0, isn't it? But it's a negative. Okay, so 2.25, when you input that, it gives a negative answer. So that's still slightly too low, isn't it, on my number line? It's not quite 0. It's to the left of 0. It's too low. Okay, so 2.25 is too low. So if I want to get it to 0, I need to, if you think about it, I need to try an even higher value. Yeah, I need to try higher value than 2.25. So it's got to be here somewhere. Now I don't care where. I know it's going to be there somewhere. Okay, because that's too low. 2.3 is too high, so it's there somewhere, right? And if it's there somewhere, that means it's closer to 2.3. So the solution lies between these two values, 2.25 and 2.3. So it rounds then to 2.3 to 1 decimal place.